not gonna lie, the relationship gonna be dry. Hope can be great, but at the same time, when you're hoping for something that is not meant for you, it can make you feel awful. If y'all were in this situation, how would y'all feel?
I got every right how to talk, how I wanna talk. Catch me on a flight down south.
Hey Amies, I'm Jasmine Emerald, and today I'm eating ramen. I'm basically doing a ramen mukbang or a noodle mukbang, whichever you prefer. And I'm really excited and I'm really proud of myself because I finally hard-boiled some eggs, y'all. Like, I'm so freaking happy about that. It's taken me forever to learn how to hard-boil an egg, and my boyfriend had to help me. But yeah, I can make pretty much anything. But eggs were not my thing. So I'm really happy about it. And I also have a couple of topics I'm going to talk to you guys about. Oh, also, if you want my on Wednesdays We Wear Black shirt, you guys can get that. It'll be linked in the description box down below. But let's get into this. And it's currently 10:44 p.m. So I'm kind of eating late, but again, I was trying to perfect some hard-boiled eggs, and I was really upset because it was an ordeal. Like, I pretty much ended up ruining like 6 eggs trying to boil an egg. It's so good. But how are you guys doing? And it's a good boiled egg. I'm so proud of myself. And I make my ramen in different ways, but today I just did veggies, hard-boiled eggs, and chicken. I guess if you guys want, I could do a cook with me video where I make the ramen. But yeah, I'm just no. I'm gonna just eat for a minute, cause again, I'm so freaking hungry. And then we'll get into the topics of the day. And pretty much they're Reddit dating topics. I'm trying so hard not to be messy. I don't know, the way I eat on camera is so freaking different from how I eat in real life, bro. Because I don't want to be like super messy. It's so freaking hot. Now we're to start talking, but I don't know if it's just my stomach, but when I start talking while I'm eating, for some reason I get full way quicker because it's like a pause. I'm getting full. I honestly probably only needed one egg. Alright, so I'm going to refer to my topic in this little book here. Also, it's cute. It's got brats on it. But anyway, so the first topic is she's shocked and embarrassed I didn't pay. So someone was like, they've been dating a girl for about 2 months, right? And she told them in the beginning, like, I'm a person who prefers for somebody to pay for them. Like, that's just how she is. And lots of women are like that, where they feel like they want to be paid for every time they go out, right? So her and the guy, they've been hanging out. The guy and her go to like a food court situation. Okay, they go to a food hall. And pretty much she's standing in front of him in line, and then the guy is standing behind her. So what ends up happening is when she gets to the cash register, the person, like the cashier, makes a mistake charging her and him separately. So she ends up paying for herself. He pays for himself. They continue on with their date. The next day, she pretty much hits the guy with, I felt like you were going to step up, take on your role, be the man that would pay for her. She felt embarrassed, like he was supposed to pay for her and he couldn't pay for her and stuff like that. So he was looking at her and looking at the situation like, you making this a big deal. It was just, a little food court meal was less than $15, so he didn't really think anything of it. So he looking at the situation like, was he in the wrong for, I guess, not paying for her meal? And he pretty much wanted to know, was he wrong for letting her pay, right? So in my personal opinion, I think this situation is extreme because, okay, this is my thing. If you're dating someone, yeah, and you express like, yeah, I like for other guys, for the person I'm dating to pay for me, that's completely fine. But the way she kind of blew it out of proportion, like he was supposed to step up and automatically do it, to me is given she treating this guy like a bank. And it may not even be that deep, but it's like if you really get upset and focus on that, but you don't focus on the good times y'all had, even though the guys paid up for everything until that point, it's kind of like, are you even focused on the good aspects of the person you're talking to? Me personally, if I was the guy, I would just write her off, and I wouldn't really want to talk to her again, just because again, it just seems like she don't want to pay for herself. I don't know. I mean, she honestly could have just been like, we're together, and the whole situation could have been like dealt with. Honestly, I feel like that was on her, because she could have just said, you know what, we're together, like ring us both up together or something like that, and it wouldn't have been an issue. But she kind of jumped on the guy. She probably was thinking about it the whole time and then blew up on him after everything happened or whatever, and they had a good time together apparently. And I don't know, I would have just wrote her off. If y'all were in this situation, how would y'all feel if somebody went off on you, even though you've been paying for everything consistently? Someone else makes a mistake and they pretty much jump on you for the fact that they wanted you to pay for something, like you were obligated to pay for something. I think that's the thing that gets me. Like, how would y'all feel about that? Or do y'all feel similarly to the other girls? If you say a person should pay for everything, they should pay for everything. Because to me, that's kind of wild. Because it's just $15, Like, I don't know. And if she didn't have the money, I mean, she could have just said that. That's another thing, too. I feel like some people don't want to be honest about the fact that maybe they might not have the money, or maybe she don't even want to pay for it. But again, she could have just been like, hey, we're together, could you ring us both up together? She could have just did it simply like that. But that's just my thoughts, Alright, so the next topic is girl friend zones me after kissing and having a great date, great first date. So in this situation, this guy expresses that he met this girl and they went back to one of their places and ended up kissing, cuddling, and it almost led to having sex or whatever. But, you know, he didn't really want to do anything just because the girl said she was on her period or whatever. So fast forward, they end up, you know, having a good time together, parting ways. And then the next time he talks to her, she's pretty much dry, not really, you know, interacting with him like she was before. And what ends up happening is she tells the guy that she isn't as, I guess, interested in him. She would prefer to just date other guys that she finds interesting. And she was very direct or whatever. And the guy is pretty much like, you know, what happened, considering the situation. My personal thoughts, because I was going through this Reddit and I was going through this thread. You know, a lot of people applauded her for, you know, basically being direct with him. Like, yeah, I just want to be cool with you. I don't feel attraction. And I agree, you know, not leading them on. That was good. You know, if she want to maintain a friendship with that person, right? But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, a part of me kind of feels like, based on what the original poster said, to me it almost seemed like maybe she felt some type of way that he didn't want to do anything while she was on her period, maybe. Or, you know, maybe it's just the factor that, I don't know, maybe she noticed, like, as they were kissing, she wasn't as interested. Because I'm not gonna lie, a kiss can tell all. Like, when you're dating someone and you end up having that first kiss, or like you try to see if it could be something different, where maybe it was just a bad first kiss and you try to kiss someone again, bro, when I tell you, it's all in the kiss. Like, it's a song that I think says it's in the kiss or whatever, and you can usually tell if there's some sort of passion there, or like there's some sort of attraction there, some sort of spark, you know. And if there isn't one, I'm not gonna lie, the relationship gonna be dry. Like, I don't know, it's like you can't force that feeling. You can't really force that spark to happen. With the kiss, it's like it's either there or it isn't. So maybe that could have been something as to why that situation happened the way that it did. You know, what are y'all thoughts? Like, how do y'all feel? What do y'all think about this situation? Because to me, I'm just thinking it wasn't passionate enough for her. Or, I don't know, like, is the guy different from other guys she dates? Like, it's just, I don't know. What were y'all thoughts be on this? Because I personally feel like it was just a lack of spark. So the next post is about when is it acceptable to give up on dating. Okay, so the original poster ended up deleting their original post, but I'm going to answer the question anyway. I personally feel like somebody could find love when they're like 70 plus years old, because it does happen. People do end up finding love or falling in love. It is possible. But I do feel like you need to assess a few things. For example, I'll take me for example, right? So I got out of a horrible relationship when I was 24. I dated one other person, and then I was like, whatever. I'm like, you know, I'm not really that pressed to be in a relationship because of the past experience I had, yeah? So I'm thinking, you know what, maybe I'll just be single and call it, because I pretty much went into my dramatics. I was like, no one's gonna love me the way that I love. No one's going to, you know, care about me or treat me the way I want to be treated, or treat me the way I treat other people that I care about. No one's going to do this, and that, right? But literally when I was about to go through the whole I don't want to date anybody, I ended up starting to hang out with my boyfriend, with my friend who is now my boyfriend. And we were hanging out, and he wasn't trying to pursue me or anything, but then he realized he was starting to like me as we were hanging out so much, and he ended up asking me, he was like, yeah, you know, I want to pursue you, but if you don't want to do that, I still want to hang out with you and spend time with you. I just want to know, like, what route I should take within us continuing to hang out. And I really appreciated that. And I'm going to tell you guys, we've been together for 6 years now. And okay. I do feel like there are multiple people that you could be with. I do not believe in soulmates, and I might make a whole video about that. But I believe there are multiple people that you could have a chance to be with. It's just whether you are open to dating them and open to receive them. I also have to say that it also depends if you're focused on the wrong person or the right person. Because a lot of times, many people end up missing out on someone that could be a good fit for them because they are focused on a person they shouldn't be talking to. And I see that happen all the time where clearly, like, someone is with someone that they shouldn't be dating or pursuing a relationship or situationship, and you end up realizing that, or at least everybody on the outside looking in realizes it's toxic or they shouldn't be together, but there's still pursuit going on. However, because you're focused on this toxic or this situationship, you don't realize something else that could be right next to you. So for example, you could bump into somebody like at the grocery store or at a restaurant, just see somebody and they might show a little interest in you, but you might not even be paying any attention because you're loyal to a situation you shouldn't be loyal to. Now, I'm not saying go cheat because cheating is completely wrong, but I am saying that if a relationship in your life is not benefiting you in a way that is positive for your growth, your overall mental health, emotional health, and just well-being, I feel like you should not have that relationship, and you should focus on other relationships or building other relationships that could bring you health, mental health, emotional health, physical health. Like, you should be focusing on something else, you know? I do feel like a lot of people end up in situations and then they wonder why they're unhappy, or they wonder why things didn't work out, or why they're alone. The issue is that you were focusing on the wrong person or the wrong thing. You weren't putting your energy towards something that is serving you, or you're giving effort into something that is counterproductive, you know? And I don't really think people think about things like that. People will want something so bad, or want a situation or relationship with a person so bad, but they're not being realistic or logical and thinking about the fact that this person is probably not the person for you, you know? This person may not be it. That was something that I had to learn, because I'm not gonna lie. When it came to me feeling my feelings, I felt my feelings. Like, whenever I liked someone, I was all in. I wasn't focused on anybody else. I was focused on being loyal, even if it was a situationship. And I was very committed, even if the person wasn't committed to me. And I would be hoping for something different to happen. And I'm going to tell you now, hope can be great, but at the same time, when you're hoping for something that is not meant for you, it can make you feel awful. So you really have to think about things from a like, you can be optimistic, but you do need to be realistic. Like, if someone shows you red flags or things that you don't like that are like would be problematic if you saw like your sibling or your mom dealing with it or a friend dealing with it, then it shouldn't be something that you would let slide for yourself. You know what I mean? And I just feel like so many people don't really take the time to assess everything around them when they're in a situation that makes them unhappy, and they don't want to cut off the situation. And to me, I will say the older I get, the more it became easier for me to cut off situations or to let go of things. It's still very hard, but you do have to think about your well-being. You do have to think about your own feelings and who you are as a person, because if you constantly are in situations where you feel sad about somebody or you feel like you're not getting what you would like to get, really assess if you're being realistic, first of all. Because sometimes it could be you. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes we be our own problem. Like, we are our own problems. But other times it's just the people we choose, and we might make bad decisions in the people we choose to keep in our lives. So you do have to assess that. But what do you guys think about when it's time to give up on dating? Like, do you guys think there's a time? Do you agree with what I said? Let me know in the comments below. But that's all the conversation I have for you guys. Make sure you check out my other mukbangs and my other chit chat talk videos. I'll have playlists and video linked here and also in the description box. But I'll be back soon with another video. So stay blessed, stay positive, and see you soon.